All right, so the big thing right now in the news is discussion over the current president's statement about immigrants coming from shithole countries. And normally, right, like I don't try to address too much political stuff in this because it has to do with teaching, but like this does impact my students because a lot of students that come from countries in Africa, Central America, and other locations that apparently our current president thinks are inadequate to be able to immigrate from, that does impact them, right? And I've read a lot of really great stuff online of people who've immigrated from those countries or have had temporary protected status or refugee status or whatever it may be, any legal or undocumented method of getting here, and they've kind of shared what they've accomplished by being an American. They really speak to what's the best of us, and unfortunately, I think our current president fails to speak to what is the best of us and is more appealing to the lowest common denominator. And I think that's something that's really been challenging. Is a lot of people that have defended President Trump have said, "Oh, well, that's just how people talk around the dinner table," and it's like, yeah, sure, they do. But that's not how we should be conducting ourselves. That's not what we should hope to emulate. We should, especially in that office, and when you're dealing with an issue that's that sensitive and robust in our country, you really need to be careful with how you speak. I do think this is characteristic of Trump. I don't think the fact that this came out and nobody really said, "Oh, he would never say anything like that," kind of speaks volumes in and of itself. But I think the most troubling piece is what that says to students that are from those areas. And so, to all students that are from that area and the students that I currently have had, all that, just know that you are welcome here, and you are a vibrant part of our community, and you matter. And I think from a historical perspective also, it's really interesting to refer to nations that are currently struggling as shithole countries when most of the time the reason that those nations are in those types of situations is due to the continuing lasting impact of colonialism and imperialism. So I think anybody might want to do a double take before you comment about any nation of which the United States or European nations had a pivotal role in the destruction of, and then talk about it now as if that doesn't have an impact. So as you work with your students and things like that, just reemphasize the importance of speaking respectfully about people from different places and different cultures, learning more about them rather than just speaking from assumptions. And then hopefully that's what we get to, right, is that our students today don't have those conversations around their dinner table where they refer to them as shithole countries, and then nobody can ever use that excuse that that's just how we say things. So strive for something better. All right, well, we'll see you next week. Thanks.